The moment is finally here. The day is upon us. A football player has turned down Real Madrid and he has turned down FC Barcelona to come and play for Newcastle United. Done deal. Quoted by Fabrizio Romano. Antonio Cordero over at Malaga, 18-year-old Spanish winger, will be signing for Newcastle United. He has turned down the biggest clubs in Spain because he wants to play for Newcastle. He has chosen us over the best of the best. And yes, okay, it's a youth signing. In my opinion, probably a bit of a Yankee Minter signing where he'll come in, idea is, next couple of seasons he'll be out on loan, he'll develop elsewhere, he'll learn at different football clubs, get some first team football, he'll come back and either be sought on for massive profit or he'll be kept and used in our team. He'll be a fantastic player, hopefully. Obviously, the big part about this transfer is the fact that a player has decided not to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona. He's decided, I would rather play for Newcastle, and that's the stature we have now. Now, in terms of actual transfers, I still don't think we'll have that sort of pull power, but the fact that our youth team is able to have that sort of pull power, it's definitely a sign of things to come. Newcastle are looking great. Of course, we've already won silverware this season. Now we are looking to finish in a Champions League spot. And Newcastle, in my opinion, should be doing it. And I feel like the Bournemouth result yesterday actually almost guarantees Europa League football for Newcastle, especially now with that top 6, top 7 gap starting to fill away from the rest of the league. I can't see us dropping out of Europa League football. I don't think it's Conference League next season. I think Newcastle will have a higher competition now. It's up to us to make sure it's Champions League football. And especially from where we are now and the fixtures we have coming up, you've got to back Newcastle getting top 5. You've got to back us doing it. Newcastle should be doing it, in my opinion. And, of course, Newcastle need to do it for Eddie Howe. And we'll start off this video by talking about Eddie Howe, because there's been a couple of statements since I've actually, of course, last been on here doing the video. Now, Newcastle last night has confirmed that Eddie Howe is recovering in hospital after being diagnosed with pneumonia. Now, to be honest, I'm not a medical expert. I don't know much about it. I've never personally experienced it before, but from what I've seen from people who have had it on social media, is that it's something that does tend to knock you back for a few weeks. Obviously, it's been to such an extent where Eddie Howe needed to be hospitalised. So obviously, it's had quite a bad case. Needed to go in hospital to get it sorted out. Now, the obvious point we're going to make here is do not rush him back. Eddie Howe, if he needs to take a couple of weeks off, let him take a couple of weeks off. With all due respect to Eddie Howe, he's an unbelievable manager, and we need him for the future of Newcastle. We need him back to make sure he can take Newcastle to the next level. But for a couple of weeks, our players, our coaching staff, and everyone at the football club should be fine without Eddie Howe, without disrespecting the guy. We should be fine without him. For a couple of weeks, we can crack on. A couple of weeks, we can deal for him. And for a couple of weeks, we've got the quality there. There's no reason why we shouldn't be picking up his results. So, you know, Eddie Howe, take your time, come back when you're ready, and we'll do the job for him. But when he is back, of course, we want him to be 100%. We want him to be ready, and we want him to be happy and healthy when he's at Newcastle. And the last thing we want to do is kind of rush the manager back in when he's still a bit unwell. So, listen, if he needs a couple of weeks off, you take those couple of weeks off. But in terms of Jason Tyndall, he said this morning he's in the best possible hands, and he'll be back as soon as he feels he's ready to come back and 100% to lead the team. Your health is the most important thing, and that's why it's so important that when Eddie does decide to come back, he comes back and he's able to lead the team, as we know he does day in and day out. Exactly that. Again, like, if the guy's not well, don't rush him back, because we need the guy when he's well. There's no reason to rush him back. Don't put the stress on him. Let's make sure he recovers. Let's make sure he's all right. And then when he comes back to Newcastle, things will be fine. But, of course, if we play like we did against Manchester United, we've got no concerns there, because I thought the team was might have actually been a bit better than it normally were. I thought it was a top-class performance against Manchester United. We clearly look ready. Palace is actually the team tomorrow I'm a bit worried and concerned by, because Palace, it's not an easy game in the middle of this week. 3 massive games. Palace is the team historically that just tends to take points off Newcastle. They'll always draw against Newcastle. Newcastle always have a bad time against them. Again, not a comfortable team to play against. So this time, please, Newcastle, just get the 3 points in. And if we beat Palace tomorrow, we look in amazing shape ahead of Aston Villa at the weekend. We look like a serious team that is not, wouldn't say on the brink, but getting close to Champions League football. I think it'll be very close to reaching it. And again, it just depends on how we do against Palace. But 3 points, don't care how we play. get the job done. We look ahead at Aston Villa, and when Eddie Howe is back, again, he'll take the team forward and he'll lead the team on, and we should be able to finish in the top 5. Now, in terms of other things, it has actually been said by the journalists that Newcastle United have submitted plans to extend the club's current first-team training ground as work to identify a new site for a future training facility continues. So, of course, this is not a brand new training ground. It is improving the regular training ground for now. As again, when Newcastle actually has a new training ground, it's still going to take a few years to build the thing. So Newcastle for now, improving the first team training ground, while, of course, a new training ground, the plans are still up in the air. We don't know where we're going to go. We don't know what we want to do. So that's going to take a little bit of time. But for this, planning permission has been submitted for 1,350 square metres of new built office and meeting space and additional support facilities and a large player area. If approved, work is expected to be completed in summer 2026. So next summer, the work will be completed. If it's approved, it likely will be approved, to be honest. So we'll see what Newcastle does in terms of a training ground. But better training facilities, better outcome on the pitch. It's 100% the case. Now, I remember Lee Charlie quite famously saying that a training ground doesn't convince the player to join Newcastle. If you had seen the state of the training ground back in the day, 100% that would have been a factor for some players saying yes and no, because that training ground was just embarrassing for a Premier League team. So it's the fact we've got that out of the way now. We've got the bloody ice bath bins out of the way. We've got the paddling pools out of the way. Honestly, I can't believe we had a Premier League team in paddling pools. That is just insane. The paddling pools out of the way. The stupid ice bins are out of the way. Now we are a team that has... We've got the indoor facilities for the pools. We've got the therapy sessions on. We've got everything sorted now. But yes, we've had some rough times with the training ground. So just improving the thing now is great. Still should be better, still could be better, and it will be better when we have a new one. But for now, just improving on what we have and just making sure we have top-class facilities for the players, because they are top-class players. So they should be treated the same way. But yeah, in terms of news, that's about it, to be honest. Obviously, the main one being, of course, the Spanish side coming in. He's turned down Real and turned down Barca. I feel like I'm dreaming saying that quote. But again, yeah, not quite the first team just yet. But again, over the next couple of years, there's nothing stopping some of these players from first teams that know they're not going to get started at Real or Barca and they want to start at Newcastle. And you never know, I think that could be a reality for the first team in a couple of years. We just need to get consistency together. And again, Champions League football is going to attract these sort of players. So Champions League football is massive for bringing in top-class players. Newcastle just need to get the job done. It's on the cards. It's right there in front of you. We just need to see it and get it over the line. But again, this week's massive. Get past Palace tomorrow and we can focus and be very ambitious ahead towards Aston Villa. But let's just make sure we get the results down, and let's make sure during this hectic week we don't drop off. We just continue that shape. We continue that form, and Newcastle are going to be looking good. But thank you guys for watching anyway. You all take care now. We'll see you tomorrow for the game. I'm back in Newcastle to beat Palace 2-0. I think we'll narrowly get past them. I don't think it'll be that convincing, but just need to get the job done. Take care though. We'll see you in the next one.